The Four Agreements is a book by Don Miguel Ruiz that draws on the long tradition of the Toltecs, an ancient, indigenous people of Mexico. It explains how we are domesticated from childhood, how these internal, guiding rules hurt us, and what we can do to break and replace them with a new set of agreements with ourselves. This book has been on the New York Times bestseller list for 8 years, selling over 6 million copies and spreading these 4 guiding principles to live by. Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Today, we will explore why we need these 4 agreements, which one I think is most important, and how we can work on embedding them into our lives. Lesson 1, we're domesticated from a young age. Our environment domesticates us from childhood and it leads us to live an unreflected life. There are many elements of our lives that we don't choose or have control over, such as our first language, the school we attend, and the attitudes instilled in us by our parents. We are rewarded when we abide by the rules, and punished when we step out of line. After years of this, we become people who are chasing brownie points, afraid of rejection, and not questioning society's rules. The only way to break out of this cycle is to create new agreements with ourselves. Lesson 2, nothing people say or do is personal. The second of the 4 agreements is to never take anything personally. Nothing people say or do is about us, it's a reflection on them and their own problems. When we take things personally, we end up believing them and thus punishing ourselves. The only way to make sure we don't take things personally is to become self-aware and know who we are. Lesson 3, breaking old agreements and making new ones. We can use 3 ways to break old agreements and make new ones: noticing our own beliefs based on fear, forgiving those who have hurt us, and staying in the present. It takes time and practice, but these are starting points to untangle the mess in our mind and finally start living by our own agreements. Review of the 4 agreements. I like the 4 agreements because it draws on a stack of knowledge from the Toltecs, an ancient civilization. These principles are not revolutionary, but provide solid ground to build on. It is also important to note that there is a follow-up to this book, called the 5th Agreement, which acts as both an updated and expanded version of this book. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.